Hi guys, welcome back. It's Joan here again, and I'm going to be talking about my March favorites today. And I don't have too many products. Most of them are actually just concealers, 3 of them. But anyways, I'm gonna go straight into it. First off, I'd like to talk about this bronzer that I found. It's from Cargo, and this one is in the matte. It's the matte color, and it's in the shade medium. And it looks like this. I love their packaging, Cargo packaging. I always found it was really cute. This is actually the same packaging for their eyeshadow, just a smaller tin pan. But I know, actually, I'm pretty sure that Sephora doesn't carry the Cargo brand anymore. But I was at one of those JCPenney Sephora locations, and they carry Cargo, and I found this there, and I don't know why they would have it if the other Sephoras don't offer it. But anyways, I got this because I was trying out Benefit Hoola bronzer before this as a contour color, but because my skin is so fair, when I used that color to contour, it looked too muddy on my face. And when I tested this out in the store, it looked alright. So I just decided to purchase it and test it out at home against the Benefit Hoola, and I like this one better, so I returned the Hoola and I've been using this. And I've been using it with this brush, which is the Sigma Angled Top Kabuki, and this is what is this, the F84, and it just looks like that. It's a little dirty because I was using it today too, but because this is very dense and it's kind of short, the bristles are a little shorter, it's very easy to use as a contour brush. So I've been just, it fits right into the hollows of my cheek where I could contour with. So I've been using these two. And when I first got this, I thought I was going to use it for my cream blushes, but it works alright for cream blushes, but I found that this works really well for my contour colors because it blends it really well too. Versus using something like this, which is a Sonia Kashuk angled blush brush. And this one, it's a lot longer and it's not dense, it's very flimsy. So when I didn't have a brush to use for my contouring, I tried using this, and this would just bend really easily. So definitely this one has been helping me a lot. And next, I'm going to be talking about the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. Because it's getting really hot here in the Los Angeles area. It was 92 degrees yesterday Fahrenheit, and today let me check right now, it's about 86 right now, and it's only 1:25, so it's probably going to get a lot hotter around 3 too. But anyways, in my other video, which I mentioned using the Mineralized Skin Finish on top of the Vitazinc, and I said that in that one that I was using the color in light, but this one is the light medium, and the reason being, the light one actually matches my skin tone perfectly, but because my skin is so pale, I wanted a little bit more darker color, so I went back today and I returned the light and I exchanged it for the light medium. But because of the hot weather, I don't wear any foundation, or I don't even wear blush or anything. I just put on my moisturizer, my sunblock, and then I put a little bit of this, the MSF Natural, on top of that, and I'm good to go for the day. So I've been liking that one for this month. And another product is the MAC Cream Color Base, and this is in the color Luna. I had the other one in Pearl before, and then I actually ended up returning that one and getting the Luna because the Pearl looked nice, but I wanted something more of an obvious highlighting color, and this Luna one is, very, very pretty. I would call it like a vanilla shade. It's just white, and let me see if I swatch it. It looks like that. I don't know if this will pick up. Oh. And it just blends out like that, and it just gives that nice sheen, especially because it's a cream, and for me at least, it doesn't feel oily or anything like that. But you do have to watch out when you put it on top of any foundation or even powder. It does sort of cake up, so watch out, like make sure you blend it in well when you apply it. Next, I'm going to be talking about the Sigma Flat Top Synthetic Kabuki, and this is F80 brush from Sigma. And I've been using this for all my liquid foundations, my Vita Lumiere from Chanel, and when I was testing out the Luminous Silk from Giorgio Armani, I used this too, and when I was testing out Sheer Glow from NARS, I was using this too. It works perfectly. You would just dab it on, and I like to just blend it out everywhere, and it's really nice. And also because the top is pretty big, it works really well with my skin. And next, I'm going to be talking about a mascara that I have revisited. It is the L'Oreal, L'Oreal Voluminous, and this is the original one. I kind of wish that I had the, I think it's called Voluminous Millions or something carbon black, but anyways, this is the blackest black, and I actually got this a while ago, maybe a year ago or so, but when I first got it, I was using it, but I wasn't using it as much as I probably am doing now. This is my favorite mascara, the Beautinizer from Fiberwig, and I like this because it doesn't it doesn't smudge at all. And this one I like because it creates so much volume. This one is more for lengthening. This one is for volume, not too much lengthening, but I've been using this and it doesn't smudge, which usually regular mascaras I find smudges on me all the time. This one doesn't, so I've been using this a lot because my eyelashes, they just look so thin and, you know, spaced out and empty. But anyways, I've been using this, and then I've been using this on top to lengthen it a bit. Next, I have the Kiss Me eyeliner, which is from Blink. Or maybe it's just called Kiss Me now. I'm not sure. But this is my go-to eyeliner any time of the year, but especially for the summer when you're a little bit, you know, sweaty and whatnot. This will never smudge. It will never, it never creases on me. It's the best, and I really like this. My nail polish for this month favorite would definitely be the Butter London All Hail McQueen or All Hail the Queen now. I have that on my nails as well, but I've been using this, you know, every time. I would wipe it off when, you know, it chips too much, and then I would just reapply this one. So that's been my favorite. And the next last few items are actually all concealers, and you might think that that sounds a little crazy, but I'll get to it. So anyways, the first item is a Bobbi Brown corrector, and this one is in Porcelain Bisque. And for those of you who watched my past month, so I guess it was my February favorites, if you watched that and you remember me talking about the Bobbi Brown corrector and concealer, you might wonder, why did she switch colors all of a sudden? Because I was using Light Bisque in that video, and now I have the Porcelain Bisque. The reason being, the Light Bisque was working for me, and the concealer I was using from there was also working for me, but I realized that my under eye area and my eye area wasn't as light and bright as I wanted to be. So I went back and I actually exchanged the Light Bisque for the Porcelain Bisque, and I like this one far more. Because I have such fair skin, this works really well. It brightens up the eye area a lot more than the Light Bisque did. This is what it looks like. And you can't tell the pink picking in the pink in the concealer, but maybe if I put next to how yellow this other one is, you can see slightly. So this one is the pink undertone and this one is yellow undertone. And I actually ended up returning my Bobbi Brown creamy concealer. I think I was using Ivory, and then I actually ended up returning that one and getting Porcelain when I picked up this one. So the corrector, I returned Ivory and ended up getting Porcelain Bisque. Corrector, I ended up returning the Light Bisque and ended up getting Porcelain Bisque, which is one shade lighter. And then the concealer, I ended up returning the Ivory and getting one shade lighter, which is Porcelain. And the porcelain actually looks really similar to this color, which is the MAC Studio Sculpt Concealer, and this is an NW15. And the reason why I ended up returning the creamy concealer from Bobbi Brown and getting the MAC one is because, first of all, the price difference. This MAC one is about $17, $18, and the Bobbi Brown one was about $24. And the MAC one has about 5.5 grams, while the creamy concealer has about 1.5 grams. So that's a really big difference. And for me, the way that they wore, the creamy concealer was a bit too creamy, too creamy for me, that it sort of slid around and then it was gone by a few hours. Whereas this one from the Studio Sculpt from MAC, it is creamy enough that it blends well, but then it kind of dries a little bit harder, so it's not slipping and it's still intact by the end of the day. So yeah, that's what I've been using. I've been using the corrector and then the MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15 on top of that. And then just for like this triangle area right here, when I want a little bit more brightness to it, I've been using this, which is the MAC Select Cover Up, and this is also in NW15. And I've been using that. So this one, I just kind of get the tiniest amount, and then I just dab it right here, and then I just blend it out or tap it out, and my area looks a lot brighter than it did before, and I've been really enjoying that. That was my phone. And I did want to go into, okay, so that was the end of my March favorites, but I did want to talk a little bit about Bobbi Brown, the concealer that they changed. When I had first introduced the concealer in my last February favorites, I believe that's when I introduced it, soon after that, maybe a week or two after that, they brought out their new formula for the creamy concealer. Their correctors have stayed the same. Their correctors haven't changed formulas, but their concealers have changed formulas, as well as their setting powder. Before, it used to look like this, or I guess it looks like this, and then it had the loose powder on the bottom, and you could open it up. Now they have it as like a duo, like next to each other. So imagine two of these things just kind of next to each other, and it's one concealer and one pressed powder, which you're supposed to use to set the concealer. Now, when I went, I noticed that the concealer shades all looked a shade darker. So when I was an ivory, the porcelain, which is one shade lighter, looked like it was ivory. And when I asked the lady working at the Bobbi Brown counter, she actually said that they had changed the formula of the concealers. That means they got rid of the lightest shade, which is the one that I was, using. I mean, now that I returned it, I guess it doesn't matter, but for those of you guys who wanted to use or were using that color, the porcelain shade is gone now. Well, they have the porcelain, but it looks like ivory, if that makes sense. Am I making sense? Anyways, so yeah, I wanted to discuss that, and they said that the reason they changed the formula of the setting powder from the loose powder to this pressed powder is because it's supposed to crease less, and it's supposed to be, less of a hassle, since the loose powder made such a big mess. But anyways, as far as the formula goes, I think it was a lot less creamier for the new concealers. It did not crease as much as the original formula did, but I wish that they did stick to the same colors that they had before, just because I used the lightest one there. But anyways, I know that was a lot of rambling on just about concealer and Bobbi Brown corrector concealers, but I did want to let you guys know because I was a little disappointed that they changed that up. But anyways, that was my March favorites, and I hope that you got something out of that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and comment if you have any questions. Bye.